Welcome back. This is going to be a little bit of a tip video. It's not telling you what to do or how this should be done. It's just things that have helped me be a better jump putter. Sometimes I'm better outside the circle than I am from 10 feet away. I got to work on it. But obviously you want to land in the circle every time, but sometimes things happen and you're outside the circle. It can be daunting at times, but to me the number one tip, if you're not confident, you're probably going to miss the putt. So we're trying to build confidence. If you think you can make it, you're probably going to make it. You got to keep that in your mind. If you have any doubt you're going to miss a putt, you're probably going to miss it. So these are some things that may have, well, they have helped me along the way. They may help you. Just, it's my way. It's not the perfect way. It's just what helped me get better at outside circle putts. And some people don't like jump putting, but if you want to learn how to jump putt or want to get some help on your jump putt, this video could be for you. One tip that I think could help, you really want a lot of glide with your putter. From obviously more distance, you want to glide and stay up in the air longer. But also, I think more beat up putters, some of your throwers or old putters that you have, the more beat up they are, I think they're a lot easier to control, especially if you're doing those dead straight jump putts where they're spinning and right out of your hand you know it's going in the basket because you know that thing is dead straight. So think about that. Maybe not your super stable putters are very good for jump putting. Think about that. Old Firefly beat up, folded it in half 100 times. This thing was an old thrower, old Conrad Aviar. These work great. So, I think foot placement and your hips in relation to the basket really help. The further you are, and it depends on your putting style. If you're a spin putter, it won't matter as much, but I'm kind of a hybrid between a push putt and a spin putt. I think the more in line you are with the basket, it turns into more of a throw, which gives you more distance a lot easier. So I like to, usually when I'm regular putting in general, I'm more like this, but further away, I get more in line with the basket, which turns it into more of a throw. So think about that. All right, probably the most important is your balance of weight. If you're really leaning forward, you're not gonna have much luck. If you're really leaning back, it's gonna be more in the air. You gotta be able to balance it. And the way I think of it is like a rocking chair. You wanna rock back and forth. And that timing, if you can really practice this and get the timing right, you get to spring off that back foot and it almost feels like a cheat. But I like to set my feet up a little further away than I would a regular putt. And kind of rock off my heel, if you see, back and forth. And everybody has their own putting style, but think about that weight shift. A lot of weight on your back foot and then push. So just don't know if this is going in the basket, but just watch. Chained out. Rim. Basket. Basket. So really keep an eye on that will help immensely. If you don't do that, think about starting to try it. And I think this will help a lot in case you don't do it already. The more you keep your follow through hand balanced in line with the pole, the more consistent you'll be. If you can keep it there on that follow through, you're going to be way more fluid. It's going to be pretty much the same line every time. The more it shifts left and right, it's going to be the chains maybe grabbing on the left, chains maybe grabbing on the right, or airball. But try to keep it pretty centered. But as you back up, it's going to have to shift a little right, and that's just going to take the practice on knowing how much angle you need the further you get away from the basket. So inside circle, it doesn't follow through. It's like a handshake. You back it up, still stays there. Keep backing it up. You really back it up. So the more you practice that, it's going to help any style putt. But jump putting, it's important. You can't let your arm go way all different directions. The more you keep it in line, it's going to feel like you're cheating. It's going to be, believe me, try it. All right, further back we are, I think we're definitely in the 50 range. Further back, if you're struggling to get a lot of spin, think about what I said earlier with the hips. The further back you are, you turn it more into like a throw. But keep it, still want your shoulders facing the basket. So think about it. Not as much a throw, but you're going to get natural spin being in this position. Hit the band. But another thing you got to think about, the further back you are, you're going to have more height. So this is going to take the practice. Truly, at the end of this, my tips may help you, but practice is going to help more than anything. Obviously, everybody says it, but it's the truth. So keep that height. Again, the arm angle is going to have to shift a little to the right. Tail's a little wider, but it's going to take that practice. Some things that can go wrong: going high, going low. Could be the nose angle. If you're missing low, maybe you're leaning down too much in front of it, and you're not pretty much central with your weight. And you could be releasing that nose angle down. Missing high, I don't know, it could be a lot of things, but nose angle could be up, or your follow through is just going at the sky, like you're following through at the sky. I truly like to feel like I'm reaching out to the basket and shaking its hand. So on my release, I don't really want it to go above the band. That's where it can feel like just perfect inline putt every time. The more consistent you get on your form, even without a disc in your hand, you're gonna be way better off. And then the footing, if this isn't comfortable for you, you can try it a little closer. Some people do this. I like to be a little further back, have longer legs. You may want to find this more comfortable, I don't, but mess around with that. It's really about keeping your balance, the center weight, be able to shift like a rocking chair. So, and that is bullshit. Got some chain. So yeah, need to make the adjustment. Follow through, shift it a little right. Gotta bring it in. Just like that. So think about that. Nose angle, I like to keep it pretty neutral. Nose down, you're gonna have to have way more height coming in on it. That's more like a Ricky putt. So practice what works for you. I hope a lot of these tips have helped. Really, like I said, practice, practice, practice. More repetition. It's gonna feel like you're cheating. I think the most important things to think about: weight shift, number one. Get in that comfortable, kind of springy position. Really work on that, find what's comfortable. Maybe this, maybe that, could be straddle. So find that perfect balance. Keep your balance centered. Number two, that hand in line with the basket. It will improve all your putts from any distance. Try to keep it in line. Remember the handshake. You're trying to give a handshake to the basket. Number three, confidence. Got to have confidence whenever you're doing anything, whether it's a throw or a putt. If you're not thinking you're going to make something, if that goes in your mind, you're going to miss it. Just like if you're at the foul line, you're going to miss that foul shot if you think you're not going to make it. So get that in your mind. I can do this. I can hit the basket every time. Keep that in your mind. And it will probably actually happen. But in line with that comes practice, 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 more reps. Eventually you'll get it and it'll feel like a cheat code, something you may have never had on a course. So stuff you would have laid up before that now you can run comfortably. So think about all those. Like I said, they're not for everybody, but they helped me along the way. I wanted to share it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. One more for the road.